Hello. I'm here to talk about second chances and how I identified with it. I'd have to say that what I most identified with was how Chuck Gallagher, the writer, continuously brings up how every choice has a consequence, no matter what the size of it is, the size of the choice. Even the smallest choices could have far-reaching consequences. And I've experienced that personally, and I understand what he means by that. I know what that feels like, to seemingly make a small, minute choice that can possibly have far-reaching consequences, and then to see it unfold and have it happen. I remember April 7th, 2012. It was my 18th birthday. I was out with my friends. It was a beautiful day. It was about 3 o'clock. Earlier that day, I'd been hit in the mask. I was playing paintball with my friends. If I didn't already say that, I don't even remember. I was hitting the mask, and after that occurred, it was a couple of games later, I decided to lift up my mask after just playing a match. It was a match that we lost very badly. I surrendered, had my arms up, which is the universal sign for I surrender, I believe. Of course, I believe that didn't occur to one of my friends. And I was shot in the eye, the right eye. As I'm looking at it now, I can tell which eye I'm blind in, but not that many people seem to be able to tell, which blows me away. But yes, it is my right eye. And when I read the book, that was the scenario that popped in my head. And it to lift your mask up after you surrender and you're out of the game seems like nothing, not even a real choice. I mean, just, I'm out, lift the mask up. But no, that very choice led to me being blinded in my right eye, the surgeries, which did not help, they did more damage. But I will say that an outcome, and I apologize if you're watching this and you can hear what's going on in the background. I have Star Trek playing, if you were interested, if you were wondering. And after reading the book, I realized, I was like, I have something in common with this man whom I did not care about beforehand. Actually, I dreaded reading the book, which I usually don't do, but I skimmed, and I was like, wow. But then I actually read it, and me and this guy have something in common. The incident that occurred in both of our lives, his crime and my injury, and the resulting surgeries, taught me an important lesson about empathy and taking an experience, regardless of whether it's positive or negative, and applying that to your life. And I've taken that and I've applied it. It doesn't seem like much, but yes, that is my answer to that. And I've reflected on the book and my issue a lot, and I've he's come to the conclusion that perhaps in a way it was a blessing in disguise. I mean, it brought me down to reality, which if you met me before I was 18 was not exactly where I was at. Actually, it was the antithesis of reality. It was the exact opposite. Of course, there are some people that probably argue that I'm not exactly in reality now, which is arguable. But anyway, as I was reading, I saw a lot of myself in Chuck Gallagher. He learned from his lessons. I learned a lot. Now, we didn't necessarily learn exactly the same kind of lesson, but we did learn important life-changing lessons. He learned that even though he may have thought of himself as above the law in some way, which may not be true, he learned pretty quickly that he was not. He learned that he couldn't live in this false reality he created for himself by taking this money from his investors. And I had to grow up sometime. So I guess we both did a little bit of that.